Strategy wasn't just strength, it was recall. The mind as a weapon. Greek commanders trained their memories like a sword. If you were to look up the histories of Themistocles, he was said to have stored a memory so vast that it contained tactical knowledge, maps, speeches, formations, travel patterns, and beyond. And this is before a time when writing was even common. Commanders relied on a trained memory to recall terrain, battle formations, enemy movements, and beyond. Nowadays, our capacity for information seems only to be as good as the device that we're holding. The method of loci, born from Greek rhetoric, but perfected in war. The memory palace itself wasn't just a party trick, it was a strategic tool. Yes, it was developed to give speeches and recall names at parties and beyond when you look at the infamous story of Simonides. But if you look at the way it was perfected by all of these men that would have to go to war to manipulate their battle plans, to form alliances, to develop critical timelines to deploy these tactics. It all required information that was stored in here, especially in high-pressure situations. Old strategy briefings, memory as live intelligence. Now, the Greek war councils didn't rely on scrolls or written texts. It was memorizing entire formations. It was memorizing enemies' histories. It was diplomatic nuances and beyond. Now, I am not even going to be as stupid as to say everything now needs to be memorized in war councils, because it's an entirely different world. But talking about the significance of memory and what it does and what it has done for others over the centuries, that is where we can take inspiration from. It was good enough for them. Why is it not good enough for us? The ability to accurately remember and communicate under stress was a requirement in terms of tactical deployments. And that same aspect is analogous towards testing, to remember and then communicate information during a high-pressure scenario, which for some is a test. The Greeks remembered through stories, and so did their soldiers. Right? Greek warriors trained using myths and epics, like the Iliad. They weren't just stories. They were coded lessons in courage, in tactics, in moral decision-making. These emotionally charged narratives were then easier to remember and shaped, or rather influenced, behavior in battle. Memory and foresight equals strategos. The term strategos was for combined knowledge, memory, and vision. Strategic thinking required deep knowledge of historical outcomes, of enemy behaviors, of cultural cues, etc., then being able to apply them dynamically. Memory gave these guys a tactical edge, and we're moving further and further to eradicating that kind of tactical response from what it is that we do by asking ChatGPT to do everything. So bring back a bit of this tactical response to memory, just a bit. I'm not saying put down your iPads and beyond. God knows you're probably watching this on one of them. But to bring back some of that information, bring back some of that use of your wares in the everyday, and you'll feel your success grow and grow and grow, because you're doing things that nobody else can.